So amazing. Everyone, please welcome to the show, Ty Smith.
What is really on folk ears and folk around? I'm Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man. Welcome to my channel, Model Renaissance Man. If you are someone that's been subscribed to my channel for a long time, double check to make sure that you are. But if you are fairly new to the channel, get an idea of what this channel is about. What do? Go to my channel, click on playlist. All these different things I do on this channel. See all these different thumbnails? Those are all different categories of things that I do on this channel, from comedy to cooking to DIY when it comes to fixing cars. There's a lot of things I do on this channel. So check the channel out in its entirety before you subscribe. I'm pretty sure you'll find something on here that you like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can all see this right here. Yep. You all seeing that, right? Boogie, woogie, boogie, woogie. Where's Ty? Where's Ty? Bling. Hello there. How are you guys doing? Hope everybody is doing okay. For those of you who are concerned about me and my well-being, I really appreciate it. But I'm telling you right now, I am not sick. Some of you females, and it's mainly females on here, y'all motherly figures in here, said, Ty, your voice sounds a little... Well, what happened is that, I went to a speaking engagement and there was a debate. Well, the debate was one of those type of debates where it's just like a no hose bar. You can just kind of spill it out, let it go out, and we were going at it. But it was so much fun, not in a bad way. It was in a good way. I was able to be myself. I didn't have to be I was able to be myself, let the stuff flow out. Just being real with y'all, I had to drop down and go a little hood. You know what I'm saying? Talking wise and body language wise and demeanor wise while I was debating somebody, right? Turned out to be really fun. Nice guy, shout out to him. I'm not gonna say his name. I killed you. You know I crushed you. I crushed you and that crazy ideology. He knows it. Killed him. So in the process of that, I got a little bit of laryngitis, which is pretty much inflammation of the larynx. You know, like your vocal cords. So no, folks, I'm not, I'm sick. I'm not any of those things, okay? Just got out the shower from working out, as a matter of fact, from being at the gym for about 2 hours. So I appreciate y'all concerns and all that, but I'm good. What's going on, Miss Andrea Viola? Jordan is in the house. Who else is in the house in here? That was a little bit of a countdown right there that allowed it to be in here to go. That way, folks can be in here. But as you can see, YouTube is not notifying a lot of y'all. Can y'all hear me pretty good? Do I sound nice and clear? Just want to know. I don't see you guys not saying nothing down there at the bottom. Maybe I need to refresh it. But if you guys are not saying nothing, maybe it's a little delayed. Appreciate that, Jordan, who said it's all clear. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Wow, Andrea, you sick, sis? Where the cat is in the house. Okay. All right, so want to get into this particular matter right here that's at hand. Appreciate y'all for responding back saying that it sounds all clear. Make sure you do what I said in the beginning of this video. Double check to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure YouTube has not unsubscribed you, because YouTube has done that to a lot of people. Got KP in the house who said, let's go, Brandon. All right, folks. So hopefully I don't get too excited over this and allow my vocal cords to rest a little bit more. I got to talk in this really long, Barry White tone. My wife likes it. No. But let me go ahead and bring the situation here. As you guys can see right here, I'm going to make this a little smaller. I'm going to present it to you like they do at school. Chicago mayor accused of prioritizing migrants over the black community as votes to recall sanctuary status is stalled. I would play that clip right now, but I'm going to just say it. You know how somehow I told you so? Just don't quite say it. Like Will Smith said in iRobot. I'm going to raise this up a little bit. I don't care if the mic is away. Like I told folks before, and I had a verbal assassination attempt that just completely did not work at all. Black folks out of Chicago, I'm not going to say your names. You know who you are. You don't live here no more. You shouldn't be saying anything. Blah, blah, blah. I got a lot of family to live up in Chicago. So just because I don't live in Chicago, what makes you think I can't say anything about Chicago? That's some dumb stuff right there. Anyway, you shouldn't say nothing about America and things that go on in America if you don't live in every state in America. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. Anyway, taking my time on this because I'm dropping 1 granule of salt in the open wound. I don't want it all to be in there at one time. I want them to feel each individual salt crystal that I drop into that open wound so they can feel every last burn in different parts of that open wound. So I want it to be a slow burn. A slow burn. Chicago mayor is accused of prioritizing migrants over the black community as the vote to recall sanctuary status stall. Well, let me just say this before I even get into this. Chicagoans, I know y'all probably didn't try and y'all didn't think. Y'all just voted because this man was a representation of what people wanted to see, and that's a black man in authority and power since y'all just had a black woman. You guys literally wanted this. You got what you wanted. You got what you voted for. And I'm going to repeat it myself, and I do not care. A little piece of salt getting ready to get dropped in that wound. I told you, Negroes. I told y'all that you are going to be put in last place because no one is, if they were not caring about you with the drive-bys, the kids getting riddled with stray bullets, what made you think that once those migrants came there that they're going to care about y'all? I told y'all that when those migrants come, those migrants are going to come, they're going to piss y'all off, they're going to do stuff to make your situation even worse, but on top of that, those migrants, illegals, asylum seekers, I told you that they were going to come there and they're going to start winning. And I said that your city is not going to give a good goddamn going to care about you once that happens. But oh no, I'm just an Uncle Tom. I'm always saying bad stuff about black people. You just always did. You always that. And look what's happening right now. Again, now they want to have a vote to recall Chicago as a sanctuary status. Even if y'all do end up winning that, it's too late. They're already there. The damage is already done and being done. All right. Let me go ahead and get into it, all right? Folks, you are listening to Ty Smith. Also, the show Cancel This. This right here is what I'm about to read. Chicago City Council delays vote that would allow residents to decide on sanctuary status. I want y'all to listen to this real quick, okay? Listen to this.
Good morning.
Good
My
morning.
name is Loran Lawrence, so that all of you all know
Let me know if
that
y'all
I
can
am
hear it.
representing multiple communities. Let's start with Brighton Park. Let's start with Alston. And let's also go with East Morgan Park. All of these communities that I have been out there with them protesting for these unsanctioned rights that has been going on here. It's just crazy. I'm going to get started with a few things since I got 3 minutes. Number one, I'm a native to Chicago. I was born and raised here. I've seen the changes. Don't let the age fool you for how I look because I've been here a long time. I have seen things just transition as if a lot of people are not important here. I'm not for the sanctuary city. And the reason why I'm not for the sanctuary city is because people have waited years to come in here legally, not just transported on these buses, dropped off in our neighborhoods, raise of crime, almost got hit several times just making it down here today. And this is ludicrous. There should not be two sets of laws. Also, the West Side and the South Side Black communities have been earmarked for having funds. Never seen it. We're still waiting on those funds to come into those communities. Brandon Johnson, many people stood behind you. They feel let down because the day you came into office, which I believe was May 15th, you already had signed an executive order. Now, whether it came from Governor Pritzker or whomever that directed you on this, is it fair to these communities that have been waiting for years? You said you on the West Side, but you should know what's going on over there as well. Let's also talk about the things that I witnessed about crimes that are going on. Also, just watching my neighbor hook up electric, okay? Why reroute the gas? Burning grass on the lawn. When are you going to have our neighborhoods cleaned up? And when are we going to get the rights that we deserve?
Yeah. Of course, he knows what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on. Y'all just heard that. And there's more to come out of that. But you're hearing what this woman is saying right now with the different areas. He knows exactly what's going on. But at the same time, I'm going to keep on saying it. Salt's getting ready to get poured in that wound. This is what y'all voted for. Well, you didn't want them to come in. Yes, y'all should have paid attention to policy. Y'all were more focused on the fact that y'all are voting in a black man, a progressive at that. That y'all didn't care what the policy was. Long as he black. Y'all did the same thing with Barack Obama. He was from Chicago and he black. We need to get a black man. Let's just get it. And Barack Obama did not do nothing for black folks at all. And then y'all hate Trump so much, y'all don't even want to acknowledge that Trump did more for black folks than any other president. Let me digress from that. But what I'm saying is that she's complaining about this to Brandon Johnson right now. And now, to me, it would have been funny if he'd have said, this is what y'all voted for. This is what y'all wanted. Let me get back to what she was saying, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I know y'all like, Ty, what is going on? We getting ready to hear what's going on. All right? Check it out.
I'm not against anyone coming in. The day you came into office, which I believe was May 15th, you already had signed an executive order. Now, whether it came from Governor Pritzker or whomever that directed you on this, is it fair to these communities that have been waiting for years? You said you on the west side, but you should know what's going on over there as well. Let's also talk about the things that I witnessed about crimes that are going on. Also, just watching my neighbor hook up electric, okay? Why reroute the gas? Burning grass on the lawn. When are you going to have our neighborhoods cleaned up? And when are we going to get the rights that we deserve? I'm not against anyone coming in here legally. I want to say that clearly. But for those who have not, they don't top us. They don't go before us. We're not last in line. $9,000 going to illegals, but those who live here have not gotten funding yet. Many people homeless. My husband is a veteran. Now, you know I got a heart for that. But we got a lot of these on the street. And I also have been one that worked in food pantries, also helping people who are on the streets. They need to be taken care of. They need to stop being neglected, because if we don't have a voice here, we will have a voice out there. And those aldermen who are not caring, okay.
You guys all heard that, right? And in that man's head up there, as he listens to her saying that, he has to put on the persona. I'm listening. Yeah. That man is thinking about what I'm getting ready to do after the day. I'm getting ready to do X, Y, and Z. I'm not really hearing anything that you got to say, blah, blah, blah. He is not hearing anything that she is saying at all. A concerned citizen, a black woman at that, ladies and gentlemen. What did you expect? And I'm going to keep on saying that. What did you expect? If they weren't doing anything about the heinous crimes of the black on black crime, the shooting, the murders, the stealing, smash and grab, soft on crime, the new Illinois, oh my God, y'all just have no idea. The Safety Act and all that's kicking in, if they are allowing all that to go on there, they passed the bill to where now you no longer have to disclose to your partner whether you have AIDS or HIV. You no longer have to do it anymore. What made you think that they're going to do something about this? What made you think they're even going to do anything? That lady spoke her heart out, and she's right. There's American citizens right now who are veterans, and these migrants are coming in and getting better treatment than what they are. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson was accused of prioritizing tens of thousands of migrants from the southern border over the black community and homeless veterans on Thursday during a special council meeting meant to consider whether residents would be asked to vote on the referendum on Illinois' largest city sanctuary status. The Chicago City Council special meeting began with time for public comment, but councilors ultimately voted to adjourn afterward without considering a resolution authorizing a referendum question to be submitted to the voters of the city of Chicago, whether Chicago should continue to keep its designation as a sanctuary city until it moves out of committee. Lauren Lawrence, a woman who's described herself as a Chicago native born and raised in the city, says she witnessed a transition as if a lot of people are not important here. She needed to go ahead and just make it plain. Just make it plain. She should have just come out and say, black people. Just say it. Black people. I mean, it's nothing wrong. Tell the truth. Black people. See, that's what I'm saying. They do all this talk. It's going to, and I'm telling y'all, listen to me, black people, if y'all watching this. What makes you think that what you're saying right now is going to fall on listening ears? To them, you've been saying this all along. To them, you've been saying this. All they've been hearing from black folks is y'all don't care about us. Y'all don't care about us. And the fact that now y'all done cry racism about everything so much, racism has been watered down, is being overlooked. It's the same thing as boy who cried wolf, boy who cried wolf. See, they know that there wasn't no real racist stuff going on. They know that there's no real systemic racist stuff like that going on. So the more you keep on doing it, the more you keep on crying about it, the more it becomes diluted. The more they become desensitized to it. See, because they convinced you to cry about an issue and a problem that really wasn't there, like the boy who cried wolf. And now that the problem actually is there and you really do have a complaint, it all sounds the same. Here go black people crying and complaining again about us being disfranchised, about us being put behind, nobody caring about us, nobody caring about what we do, nobody caring about our lives. You thought your life mattered. You thought that when Black Lives Matter was sitting there doing that whole little thing that they doing, the summer of love and all that mess they were doing, you thought that all of a sudden there's about to be a change for black people. And I told you, it was all tactics. That's all it was. It was all propaganda and sensationalism is what it was. That's all it was, ladies and gentlemen. And now that it's hit the fan and you have a legitimate complaint with she says she has no problem with legals. So we know she's talking about the illegals, but they're coming there and getting treated better than black folks who are citizens there. Just keep it real. And now you're crying about it. Now they're outraged about it. Mark my words when I tell you, no one is coming to save you, black people. It's never going to happen. I'm not sorry to say this. I'm just telling you the God honest truth. Mark my words that a year, y'all can go early, go a year from now. Go 2 years from now. I told y'all even back before the C-19 stuff hit and all the George Floyd stuff was going on, I told y'all that after all the riots, after all the marches, after all the protesting, after all the gatherings in the name of black injustices and all the DEI, all that stuff, I told y'all that when the dust settles, black people, if not, y'all gonna be in the same position, if not a worse position. And guess what? Depending on where you stay at, you are in a worse position. How? These migrants, these illegals, these so-called asylum seekers, air quotes, they're coming in and they're being treated better than you. Black folks, pretty much what you're being told, sit back, shut up. And to be honest with you, because of my parenting style, I would say, what did I tell you? I told you. Now, what you going to do about it? Nobody's coming to save you. Quit crying about it. What are you going to do about it? I told you this was going to happen. Now you got to sit there and suffer the consequences of it. You had 2 or 3 years to get yourself together, to get something going. But all you rather would do is sit back and cry about the situation. Sit back and cry about George Floyd as a hero. Sit back and cry about, oh, we getting ready to be on the move. Sit back and cry about Black Lives Matter. Sit back and cry about disenfranchised. Sit back and cry about, oh, we got to have more DEI programs in all these different areas. Sit there and cry about white privilege. Sit there and cry about systemic racism. And what has it gotten you? How far has it gotten you? You've been played. You're going to continue to be played. And until you get up and do something about it and to enhance your life or others around you, nothing is going to happen. I'm not a prophet, but God dang it, everything I said that was going to happen happened, didn't it? It happened. She said also the West Side and the South Side black communities have been marked for having funds. She said, never seen it. We're still waiting on those funds to come into those communities. She continued taking aim at the new mayor who just assumed office in May, replacing former Mayor Lightfoot. Brandon Johnson, many people stood behind you, she said. She said they feel let down because the day you came into office, which I believe was May 15, you already had signed an executive order. Lawrence said Thursday, referencing Johnson's day one order establishing a deputy mayor for immigrant, migrant, and refugees' rights. On May 15th, order instructs all city department heads to take direction from the new deputy mayor to ensure the efficacy of Chicago's status as a welcoming and sanctuary city. She said, now whether it came from Governor Pritzker or whoever, y'all heard that. She said, you said on the West Side, but you should know what's going on over there as well, Lawrence said. When are you going to have our neighborhoods cleaned up? He's not. Now, although I got homes in different places, different states, whatever like that, guess who keeps our neighborhood cleaned up? Me and my neighbors, we do. All my neighbors in the area that we stay in, we keep our neighborhoods up. You want to know why? We care about our neighborhood. It's up to y'all in the neighborhoods to take care of y'all neighborhoods. Want to know why? People who are up higher don't see what's going on in those neighborhoods. You can tell them all day long about it. They're not going to come and visit those neighborhoods as well. Because if they get an eye account of it, it can prick them at the heart to make them want to do something about it. But y'all got to start taking care of your neighborhoods yourself. You got to get with the folks in your neighborhood. Meet your neighbors. Talk with them. Y'all can all come together. Get with the city, see if y'all can have some sort of block party where all y'all come together and say, we just going to make an effort to keep this neighborhood together and right. When you say clean up the neighborhoods doing what, I know you can't be talking about crime because that's the least on their mind. Their main focus is migrant right now. We know why? Because the migrant is considered a crisis of Chicago. If it's costly, the murders, the robberies and all that don't cost Chicago any money. But these people flooding in there cost Chicago money. And guess who's going to be paying for it? You, the citizens of Chicago. Through taxes, y'all going to be paying. Y'all going to be footing this bill. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care how they try to twist it and turn it. You guys are going to be footing this bill. She said, I'm not against anyone coming here legally. I want to say that clearly. But for those who have not, they don't top us. Yes, they do. See, with your mouth, you can say all day long, these migrants coming in, they don't get the upper hand on us. They don't get treated better than us. We citizens of Chicago, they don't get treated. I told y'all need to quit going based off of what these politicians, whether they're on the right, whether they're on the left. You need to quit going based off of what these people are saying. Look at their actions. Look at Brandon Johnson's actions. What is he showing you? Michael Jackson's song, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Yeah. Their actions are showing you can do all that talking, black folks. You can do all that crying. Nothing is going to happen. You want to know why? Because you, as an individual, American-born citizen here, has the opportunity to do what you want to better your life right now. And although what's happening to you is completely wrong, no one is coming to save you. More salt on that wound. I know it. Let it burn, like Usher said. Lawrence complained that thousands of dollars were going to those who entered the country illegally ahead of lawful Chicagoans, including veterans and homeless. Because they don't care about you. You don't matter. Because the stuff that you're crying about, the injustices, and I'm going to keep on repeating it. I don't care if y'all get mad and I'm repeating it. The injustices, the DEI, the white privilege, the racism, systemic racism, they know that only drives propaganda. And they know the only way that you're going to be able to do anything and that you won't be. Guess what? I don't cry about that stuff anymore. You want to know why? I decided to do something about it. I was once there. Oh, man, we downtrodden. Man, look at us. Look at our neighborhoods. Look what they doing. These people don't care about us. They don't even want to come here and clean up our. Why would they come there and clean up neighborhoods full of criminals? I'm just being real. I'm not saying all black neighborhoods. I stay in a very mixed neighborhood right now, suburbs. But anyway, when I lived in the hood, the homes and stuff that I lived around, why would they come there and clean up the homes knowing that 80% of the homes, everybody's involved in some type of drug illegal activity. Everybody's stealing cable. Come on, y'all. Let's keep it real. A lot of people were doing that, hooking up cable lines. Like you said, rewiring lines. That's not nothing new right there. You want them to come there and better those neighborhoods when the people that live in those neighborhoods are still thugs. They don't care about it. Why would they do that? But at the same time, I didn't want to live in those conditions anymore. I saw myself being completely away from those conditions, but being completely away from the mindset of the folks in the hood. I completely wanted to be away from that. So guess what? I got away from it. I say about 75% of my friends who grew up in the hood with me, they didn't get out of it. They decided to stay there in the hood, and they're still saying the same thing that this woman is saying right now. They can't get out. They can't do nothing because the white folks, white privilege, they didn't get the shot that I got. I'm lucky. That's some of the craziest BS I've ever heard. I'm not lucky. I chose different. It's simple. It really is simple. Choose different. The council's decision to adjourn the council's decision to adjourn without considering the sanctuary status referendum vote drew condemnation from Alderman Anthony Beal, who demanded to know whether Johnson and councilors were afraid that the city voters would tell them the truth about funding the decisions regarding the migrant influx. Let me just say that I figure you all had something up your sleeve. Bill, who represents Chicago's Ninth Ward, told Johnson and fellow counselors. What are you scared of? He said. To let the people have a voice? What are you scared of? The truth? Are we scared of the truth here? Are we afraid that people are going to tell us that we are spending money frivolously in this body? Are we afraid that the people are going to tell us that we are headed in the wrong direction? Are we afraid that people are going to finally stand up and speak in the city of Chicago that they're saying that this ship is headed in the wrong direction? Why are we afraid to let the people speak? But we are afraid of the truth. Crime is running rampant. Our schools are terrible. We're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on people that don't even pay taxes and live in the city. Now I'm all for taking care of people. I get it. I'm sympathetic as well. However, I'm more sympathetic for the people in my community that have been paying taxes their entire life, can't get a furnace, can't get a roof, can't get hot water, can't get a back porch, and my seniors are still starving for resources. Ladies and gentlemen, they are showing you who they are and what they are about. And what they are not about are you Chicagoans. Y'all gonna have to eat that. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to eat that. My question to you, though, and I told them, look, a lot of my family who I've talked to, I would say over thousands of family members up in Chicago. I would say about 60% of them have completely flipped. Thank God. They're going to vote different this time, they said. They see it. Now, a lot of them didn't agree with me when all this stuff was going down, which it's okay. Y'all got to understand, people have had generational curses on them. They only voted a particular way because their mama did it, their grandmama did it. Now, the things that their grandmama them faced, I get it. The things that their grandma faced, the racism and all that stuff like that, they passed those stories on down. But those kids and those family members of mine, cousins and all that, they were acting and living their life as if those things were current. Now they are seeing what I'm saying. I told them, don't believe me. I told them, I don't care if you want to go Democrat. After you get done doing your research and you get done seeing everything that's being done to you guys, I just want you to simply look at what's being done to y'all. I don't care if it's coming from the Republicans. I don't care if it's coming from the Democrats. All I want you to do is see how they are treating you. The policies that are at hand, how are those policies affecting you as the black community? And if those policies are in place and all they're doing is completely halting you and making the black community worse, that's what y'all need to talk about. And whoever is in charge of those policies, that's who y'all need to address. And guess what? Thank God, some after-school programs I spoke to up there, some organizations I spoke to up there, they seeing it now. And a lot of them, as you can see, they're starting to stand up. They're starting to speak out. They are completely pissed. A lot of them have stood up and they became adults. A lot of them had they came to me. They apologized for calling me names. They apologized for the Uncle Toms and all that. Why? Because now they see that their life does not matter in the eyes of these individuals. And they see it that just because Brandon Johnson is a black man and he's in Chicago, he's like, we got a black person that's in lead, a black person that's in the power position. They're looking at his actions now and seeing that it is harming them. A black mayor who would put illegals and others before the citizens of Chicago. And now they understand when I said I get a lot of wisdom from my own home. I would be damned if I literally mean that. The Bible says that I would be damned if I would take care of other people while not taking care of my wife and my kids, not taking care of my own home, but taking care of other people while my home is suffering. Something so simple, guys. That small little analogy that I just gave right there, something so simple. It was able to have an impact on regular citizens of Chicago, regular citizens all through Illinois, who have certain things within their municipalities, in their towns, that are being done the same exact way. And it's pissing people off. But unfortunately, y'all got 4 years of Brandon Johnson and his progressive policies that's going to completely continue to tear a lot of you Chicagoans up. Will they allow you guys to vote on this whole sanctuary city thing? and it comes to any sort of fruition, possibly, maybe, yeah. But as of right now, the damage is done. It's going to continue to be done. They're going to continue to allow y'all to come there and voice y'all opinions, cry and complain. But at the same time, unfortunately, because of the ignorance of policy, you guys wanted this. And now, I hate to say it this way. No, I don't. You're going to have to suffer with it. Those migrants are going to be around y'all, in y'all face. They're going to be around y'all property and y'all spaces. And you know what? Some of them might be criminals, just like a lot of thugs in Chicago already as it is. But you know what else? A lot of them are going to go there and they're going to take advantage of the opportunities that a lot of blacks decided not. Mark my words. Again, folks, you're listening to Cancel This, a.k.a. Modern Renaissance Man Variety Show. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. Hit that like button before you get out of here. I appreciate it if you do that. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all got anything else y'all want to add to it, leave it in the comment section after this video. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.